If you could go back in time to your 25-year-old self, knowing what you know today, and give that version of you one piece of advice, what would you say?
Boy,
Money's not worth it.
It doesn't buy happiness.
I worked really hard to make money, and it wasn't worth the trade-out.
What people don't realize often when they're younger is how...
In this video, I'll be in Southern California, asking strangers in their 60s, 70s, and 80s, some of the most experienced ages of our lives, what advice they would give to their younger self. How old are you?
do I have to say? I'm over 70, 71.
71. And you don't look anywhere near 70.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. What does it feel like to be 77 and 71?
Confusing since inside that, I say I'm 25, it's a switch in timeline. When you're 77, a lot of people have passed. So it changes time perspective. So you got to have a positive frame of mind and make it a perfectly generative period for you.
Looking in the mirror and thinking, oh my God, I'm a grandmother and I look like a grandmother, but it's hard to believe that I do. And it's also interesting to see how people treat you. Sometimes you find them talking slower to you.
Louder.
And
They don't think we can hear.
You get the famous, oh, you look great for your age. How are you doing for your age?
It's an extraordinary feeling because I'm now doing what I was destined to do. I'm an artist, and I did that after a long corporate career. So I think it's turned back the clock.
What would you say you guys have done in your life to get to be 64 and feel the way you feel?
We've consistently exercised our whole life, so we never really got out of shape to get back in. We don't have a lot of lingering health issues.
Well, I've been vegetarian, vegan most of the time. Eat real clean diets.
How long have you guys been married for?
11 years.
We're in our second phase of life.
Right.
And we've been married 58 years, but still great.
What would you say is the secret to 58 years together and you said still great?
The biggest thing is we both married our best friend.
True.
We met in 71. We've been together 53 years.
Yeah, almost 50.
I kind of feel like a lot of my friends, like after 20 years of marriage, you want out. 40 years of marriage, you're like, oh my God, what have I done? They never make it to the good part.
A lot of flowers that don't bloom for decades. Interesting flowers. She's very interesting. And she's really intelligent. And to me, very beautiful.
Sweet.
Can you define the word love?
Love is letting go of fear.
I'd say it's gratitude.
It has a tendency, if you really pay attention to it, to erase judgment.
And kind of an acceptance, coming to terms with the differences and accepting the differences. Love is the ability to sacrifice oneself for the other. When you can put things aside that are from your ego or preference or personality and just say, yeah, I'll go with that. That's love. When I was a girl, I made a list of what I wanted in a guy, and then I met him. He had some of the valuable qualities that I wanted, like kindness, spirituality, intelligence. He was like really intelligent. Now I had other things on my list that he completely doesn't meet at all, but he had the right character. So all through the years, again and again, I chose to love him. Whenever we'd get upset, whenever we completely didn't agree, whenever he wanted to live somewhere and I didn't want to live somewhere. That was a real crisis. Girls now, they're taught that what they want is the most important thing, rather than what is the we, what is like the best thing for us together, instead of what's the best thing for me. When you give up that me to a we, that's love.
How do you recommend someone finds love in this day and age then?
Be open to find it. And if you get hurt, that's how you know you're alive, right?
Don't make it a shopping list. I like to see who I'm with. So when I met her, I looked at her and I just saw flashing lights. So did she.
Yeah. Let yourself be changed by the person that you meet. I've changed him a lot.
I like musicals.
He goes to musicals with me.
I love it.
That's shocking.
It wasn't my habit. Yeah.
What is a big mistake you've made or a big regret that you have that taught you a valuable lesson in your life?
Boy. Maybe one regret is that I didn't stick to my art in college. And I sometimes think if I had continued on that path as a fine art major, where would I be today? But it's really not so much a regret, it's life. And having had a career now supports me in being able to do the art, which maybe I would not have been able to do.
To someone who's maybe suppressing their dream right now, what would you say to them?
It is hard when you have to earn a living, is dabble. You may not be able to re-enroll in a university program and spend 4 years or whatever. But I know for me, I started taking an art class, and then I took another art class. So I think what gets us back into that center of what we were maybe destined to do or what we would love to do is just try a few things. Don't overcommit. And take one class. You didn't like ceramics? Try something else. And just allow yourself to get re-inspired by testing it out and trying different avenues.
I think mine was not feeling confident enough in myself to try something new. I started watercolor painting when I was 50. I should have started it way before that, but it just didn't come up as something I felt like I could do. And I was successful at it.
What held you back? You said you weren't confident enough.
I think
What
it
was
just confidence, just shyness and not feeling like I could do it. My father always said, if you're going to do something, do it right. I interpreted that, if you're going to do something, do it perfectly. So if you're not sure you're going to be able to do it perfect, you don't try. That's not true.
Big one is, a year from now, you'll wish you started today.
Thinking, money and the job was like our number one. Maybe, focus too much on that.
I would say one of the businesses we started, there were a lot of signs not to do it, and we just did it anyway. Because to that point, we'd never really failed at anything. So you have this progression of you're getting promotions, you're doing, everything's up, and you think you're kind of bulletproof.
We also learned a lot from it, too.
Yeah.
You have to fail, I think, in life to really learn.
I think one of the best things in failing or going through ups and downs financially is you learn the downs are not that bad. Life still can be good. There's a lot of things you can do. So you realize that whether you have a lot or a little or in the middle, that's not the most important thing.
I mean, he grew up extremely poor, hoping to get his next meal. So we know what it's like to have nothing and have more than nothing.
I think all of us maybe have some regrets of what we could have done different in our life, but I really don't. I mean, I've owned my own businesses forever and never really worked for anyone else, and have been pretty independent and happy doing that. So I don't have a lot of regrets.
Do you think that's a big reason why maybe you guys feel the way you feel, or just the happiness? I know a lot of people who do their own business and they tend to be a lot happier later in life than people who have been kind of stuck in a job they weren't too thrilled about.
Definitely. My wife was in a job for 18 years and went out on her own and is a lot happier.
I would say a lot of people who are my age, so I'm 25 for reference, a lot of people who are my age are stressed and worried about money. Now looking back on it, how would you recommend someone treat their relationship with money?
When you're young, you're impatient and you want to make it fast, whereas a slow, steady, live on 90% of your income, invest the 10%. Then you have some money when an opportunity comes up to either buy something that you can turn or invest in something. That's a much easier way than beating your body to death in a workforce. I worked really hard to make money, and it wasn't worth the trade-out.
What did you sacrifice as a result?
Time.
I taught as a professor at a college, and the seniors were vibrating with stress about what they would do when they graduated. And I wrote on the blackboard, 5-0. When you graduate, that's how long you might work, 50 years. So don't think that the first job you get is forever. Know that you're going to change, move, find something else. They felt locked in to make the right decision when they were so young.
It's tough. People feel locked in, I guess, is essentially it. I used to work at a bank. I didn't ever wanted to, but I felt that that was the right thing to do. And, when you don't know what you want or who you are, it's easy to be persuaded.
What people don't realize often when they're younger is how willing people are to share good advice. And especially if it's not directly above you in business or something, but just somebody that has no agenda except to help you. It's amazing how much people would love to share. And a lot of people just don't ask.
That's what you would recommend then? Asking more?
Yeah, asking more people in your industry, not in your industry, just finding people that you respect for what they do and learning from them.
You've got to find out where your true interests are. And it's a lot more fun, even if you don't make a lot of money, to be working in your area of interest.
What you guys are doing?
Of course. I used to work in banking, so I
Want to go back to that?
Of course not, no.
No, see, I used to be a loan officer, too, in Beverly Hills. I'd never do that again.
I have a question here from my journal. What is a big goal that you set for yourself when you were younger that you have not achieved?
I'm still striving to continue to improve my art, and I've seen progress over the years. However, I'm not satisfied to replicate or keep doing the same thing.
Hold on, let me flip the question to you. What is a big goal that you have set for yourself that you have not achieved? We created this goal-setting journal as a remedy to achieve all of your biggest goals and turn what you would call your dream life into your current reality. This goal-setting journal will help you figure out your ideal life. It will help you turn your ideal life into a set of specific goals, and it will help you achieve your goals through 6 months of discipline and accountability goal tracking. It is the only tool I have used that has helped me go from this situation in my life to my dream life looking like this. Don't let another year slip by. If you have goals that have not been achieved yet and you're ready to finally make them happen, click the link in the description to grab a copy of yours today. Why do you think most people don't achieve the goals they set for themselves?
It's persistence. It is hard work, and it can take time to keep working towards a goal. It's not giving up and saying, all right, I have this goal, and it's going to be a wavy process, and so it's too hard. So I'm just going to do something else, or I'm going to watch TV. It's so easy to be distracted from our own goals by other priorities and other people, that being able to say, I'm going to keep working towards it and being persistent is, to me, it's really important.
What is the truth that you guys have learned about life that you wish more people understood?
That life is about change, always changing. Always, always, always. You, your body, your thoughts, your attitudes, the society around us, it's always, always changing. And trying to hold on to a certain way that you most prefer is never going to work. So just surf it.
What about you?
Live with an equal measure of courage and humility. And above all, start to understand, if you can, what it means to truly love. Not just passion, not just attachment, not reflex, but the sense where you can actually be seen within yourself and with another. And in that way, it's never just transactional, but it's transformational. You can live a transformational life, if you so choose.
To really slow down and not sweat the little stuff.
For me, I think it's sort of embrace your past, but always look forward to the future.
I think just having faith in God, but then faith in each other too. Social media has just been really a negative thing. I think your generation is growing up with a lot of that negative that we didn't have.
If you could go back in time to your 25-year-old self, knowing what you know today, and give that version of you one piece of advice, what would you say?
Go for it. Don't let your self-doubt stop you. Many people have self-doubt. They don't believe in themselves. Let go of all that and go for it. You're young. You can do it. You can make mistakes. You can fail and start over.
Just know that you're going to make it and succeed. Believe in your capabilities. Rely on other people. When you're self-confident to the point that you feel you can do it all by yourself, it's important to reach out and say, I need help. And that's very liberating and fulfilling when other people rush to say, how can I help you? And then you do the same for them.
It's having faith in people. That people are a lot more for each other than anybody thinks.
Right.
And so whether it's being competitive in a business environment or other things, most people are just really willing to help and nice and that sort of thing if you come with the right attitude. But if you're looking at win-lose or things like that, then it doesn't work as well.
Right. So not being super transactional in your relationships.
Exactly.
Find your bliss and follow it. Money's not worth it. Orange County, a big portion of it was owned by...
I don't remember the guy's name, but...
Anyway, they own thousands of acres, all the beachfront down there that you see. He committed suicide.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And look how many people that you would think, wow, they got a wire, they got all the money and everything, ended up committing suicide.
Yeah, it doesn't buy happiness or makes life easier, but
Yeah.
it doesn't buy happiness.